Hey YouTube land, Candace here, welcoming you back to another video. And today we're having a look at one of two of the big mega figures I have. Now hopefully if I put these videos up in sequence, this will be the first one or it might be the other one, I'm not too sure which. But this is the box for Man-Bat, so I'm going to go through the box quickly because it's fairly standard affair. This is from the DC Rebirth line. So some of the other figures, the mega figures we've had, are from the Arkham games, so the Killer Croc and Clayface. Clayface I've already did a review of. This is the one for Man-Bat. You can see this awesome image of Man-Bat on the back of the box, which is also the same one that you get on the trading card. So it is a massive box. In fact, it takes up most of the room on this review station I have, but we'll bring the figure in himself. Here is Man-Bat in all his creepy glory. So he doesn't come with really any accessories other than the standard issue DC collectibles or the DC multiverse base, which to him isn't too bad. It's a little bit small, but because of his scaling, he's actually not too big compared to the one, because it's the same size one that came with Clayface. And Clayface was just massive. He had a huge foot profile and it made it look like a joke. So here's the Man-Bat Rebirth card. So on the back of it you have Dr. Robert Kirk Langstrom is basically his alter ego, and he's basically the genius level zoologist attempted to make a serum derived from bats in order to give humans special sonar senses, but the formula backfired, mutating Langstrom into a giant Man-Bat. Complete with its own feral personality, Batman routinely tangles with this creature of the night, hoping to save Langstrom from his own scientific sins. So, not so much a bad guy in the sense, kind of pretty much the DC version of the Lizard from Marvel. Think Kirk Connors trying to cure the fact that he has one arm and his serum backfires. Similar idea, trying to improve humanity, and it backfires on him and creates a monster. So it's nothing that's completely hasn't been done before, but the design has varied over the years, and this design is actually quite a really cool look for the character. I've always liked the Man-Bat character because they've always kind of gone with interesting designs for him. So you can see he still retains his kind of human genes, so to speak. So he has these humanoid genes. Now the one thing to note is his legs are always in this crouch position. It has the dual jointed knees, but when it clicks back into its default location or its default setting, it has this bow leg kind of thing going on. You have the jointed legs and ankles with rockers, and it has toe articulation, so you can even get him up on kind of all toes if you want. You can get some cool kind of flight poses out of this guy. He is a little top heavy, but he will kind of stand on those toes. So just to give you, all right, if I put my camera down, you might be able to see it. He does stand a little bit on those toes. So he is quite a large, monstrous creature. He does have waist articulation. He has dual jointed waist, so he has upper diaphragm and he has the lower waist. He does have the kind of more rubberized diaper crotch thing going on with the jeans, so you do have that. His head is on a ball joint. It actually is on sort of a double ball joint because you have this piece here around the neck and then you have the head piece. It doesn't get much in the way of movement. It kind of gets a little bit forward and a little side to side, but it's mostly just a swivel. His arms are quite nicely jointed. You can go out. He has a single jointed elbow. You don't get much of a super bend on it. Oop. Like, it doesn't bend that much. There's nothing in the wrists, which is kind of, it's understandable because of the way the character is designed. It's supposed to not break up the wing membrane too much. So, like, the wings are in more of a closed format. It would be cool if they redid this figure as like it's a deluxe figure as it is, but it would be cool to see them do a version of it with the wings actually outstretched. It would make a really cool looking figure, I'd imagine. because the overall design is actually really cool. But he does stand reasonably well. He's a little top heavy, so just be aware of that. The hinge on my one's right leg is a little bit on the soft side, but you can kind of offset that with the ankle joint to try and stop it from falling over. But he does look really, really cool. Now, if I can just get him to stand up, we'll get him compared with another mega figure, which I have off to the side. Actually, I'll just show the back as well, because he has really cool detailing. This upper piece seems to be a separate sculpt, and it's kind of glued over as well, just so you can see that. But he does have a really good overall sculpt on this thing. So I'm just going to stand. I may have to use his stand to do this, because it is looking like he wants to fall over. So if I just give him the stand, see how that works. I said unfortunately the right leg on my one is a little bit looser. We'll get a Batman figure in. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any of the kind of more comic Batman figures to hand. This is movie Batman, so you can see the height. He does, head-wise, he's kind of almost to the height of Batman, but like physically, he's way bigger, more chunky. So he does have that going for him, which is pretty cool. Come on, Batman, stand. This is the Batflick Batman. In fact, I'll just throw him over to the side here so you can see him. The other figure I'm going to bring in is just as big, practically. Now, I don't have the Bane figure yet, which is based on, I think it might be Rebirth as well, which is kind of classic Bane. That looks pretty cool. So you can see how big Clayface is next to this guy. And the other figure, which I will review, which I haven't reviewed just yet, is Killer Croc. So this is, again, Arkham Asylum style, as is Clayface here. So you can see the look of these guys. They look pretty cool. Come on, Croc, you want to stand. There we go. So unfortunately, Batman is now hidden in the background, so we can just bring Batman up to the foreground. So you can see how doony he looks compared to some of his nemesis. Now, as I said, most of the Batman figures are around this height, so Man-Bat does stand pretty big, pretty tall, and overall, it's a really cool figure. The only thing is, it's, as I said, it does have its issues with it being top heavy. The legs are fairly skinny, but that's the overall design for Man-Bat. He's generally more bulk on the top and then kind of skinny, monstrous legs on the bottom. So depending on which way you get him, your one could have similar issues with the ankle joints, so just be wary of that. But overall, sculpting wise and the design and the look of him just looks absolutely awesome. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick video review for Man-Bat. And as always, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Cheers, guys.